welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber. Last week, I think it was last week, I did a thrift store haul video and I talked about this puzzle that I got and I said I was going to do something with it, and I did. 12 somethings actually. So that's what we are going to be doing today. I've got a list of 12 things that you can do with puzzles or puzzle pieces. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. So the first, we're going to talk about puzzle pieces first, because I have a few kiddos and we've had many puzzles over the years, and many of them have gotten just destroyed. Just random puzzle pieces everywhere in the closets, on the floor. So I just collect them all and decided to do something with them. I have a box of these are just all random puzzle pieces, like they don't go to any particular puzzle. And the good thing about these dollar store ones is they're really thin, so that's really good too. But there's there's thicker ones, there's smaller pieces, bigger pieces in here. So I just picked out a few pieces to play around with colors that I liked. So actually we're gonna do one first that doesn't even have to do, you don't even have to have the right color for it. So the first one I did was just dipping. I have these, I've been playing around a lot with this Daniel Smith acrylic gesso. It's iridescent gold, and I just been having a heyday with it. I'm just doing everything with it, everything I can think of. So I thought this was really fun. These aren't all the way dry yet because I decided to do my tutorial tonight instead of tomorrow. So they're almost dry. The backs aren't dry, but I mean, that's just pretty, just a gold puzzle piece. All I did was, just a really fun gold piece to put in a journal, which you can use for the other different projects we're going to be talking about today. So all I did was I took my tweezers, just took an ugly piece, brown ugly piece that I was not going to use for anything else, and I just dipped it right in there, and then we're just gonna tap off the excess. So that's all there is to that. And then you have a beautiful gold piece to put in a journal, or if you get a silver piece, or if you did it with white gesso, you could paint over it. That would be fun. You could put, do black gesso. I know there's black gesso you could use. If you did a black and white journal, that would be fun. So I just really loved the idea of having these gold puzzle pieces. I just love gold. Gold and orange. That's my thing. So, okay, so that was a pretty simple one, right? That's number one. Okay, number two is embossing puzzle pieces. Did you know you could do this? It's pretty cool. I wasn't so sure I would be able to do it first, but it is possible. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to put my puzzle pieces. I'm going to put a couple that are the same thickness in here at the same time. So I picked out these purple ones because they would go well with my my lavender and violet journal that I'm still working on, very, very slowly. So these are my purple pieces, and let's see, actually I'll do these four, and then I'll do the other ones in a different embossing folder. So let me run this through. Okay, How cute are these? Look at this. Isn't that adorable? Look at these. They're so cute. It's neat how that you can emboss puzzle pieces. I just think that's the coolest thing. Okay, let's do, I think I want to do stripes for these blue ones. Let's go like that. Okay. Okay, we'll put this in, run it through a couple times just to be sure. Very cool. And then I think I'm gonna do polka dots with this pink one. This is a thicker piece than the other ones. Since this one's thicker, I'm gonna have to take this little sheet out. I'm gonna take that one out. And that should run through fine. There we go. One with polka dots. How cute is that? So the next one we're gonna do is we're going to turn these little pieces into a little dangle. Isn't that cute for a journal card? So I just picked this color because it had like kind of beachy colors and just put it on this little tropical fish card. So we are going to do the same thing. I'm just gonna add it to this card. I think I'm gonna do this one. Wait, maybe I wanna do this one. I think I wanna do this one. So now I have all these to play with for other things. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my, see, I already had this stuff prepared. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my cutting mat, protect my desk here, because we're gonna make a hole in this. And then I've got to make a hole with this guy. So I'm gonna make the hole, I think probably right about there. So I'm gonna make the hole here, but I'm gonna bring it off camera here because I can hammer better off that center of the desk. Okay, I should have gone down lower than that, but I didn't, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay, let's see. It'll work. It'll still work. Stick this in here. Got this piece and this piece, and then my crocodile doesn't work, y'all. That's why I'm doing it this way. Actually, I like it better this way. Okay, so I'm gonna hammer this in. Okay, so now we have this. And all there is left to it is to add some jump rings. So I'm going to put the smallest ones first, and then the large one will be attaching to the journal card. I know I should have my little jewelry pliers doing this, but I just don't feel like using them. Okay, that's number 2. How many did I have on there? 3. Okay, 3 small jump rings, and then I did a larger jump ring. Okay, so I've got my 3 jump rings, and then I'm gonna put the larger one on and attach it to my journal card. Okay, there we go. I'll make sure it sets right. Okay, there we go. There we go. How cute are those? I love them. I think I'm just gonna keep both on there because they're so cute. Okay, so that is number 3. All right, number 4 is making a little cluster to put on the side of a page. So, like if this was a page to put here on the side, and you have this little charm that dangles off. So we're gonna make one of those. I have 2. I have one that I made for my summer beach journal with this little cute little starfish. And then one I made for my lavender and violet journal with these cute little lock and key charms. So I'm gonna make another one for my lavender and violet journal because I had mostly purple pieces when I was starting out working with this. So I'm going to just tear this. Okay, that'll be our base here. No, I don't want to emboss this one because I want to put a sticker on top of it. So I'm gonna put that way, and then I'm gonna put this sticker on top, and then I think I want to add, I think I might add this crochet trim behind it. And I had a flower here. What did I just do with it? I know you saw me. Why isn't anybody telling me? Okay, there we go. And then we'll put that there. And we'll add a little charm to this, okay? So I want to add the paper underneath here first before I add the charm. So, do I want to ink this? Yeah, I want to ink this first. Okay, next we are going to glue that on. Here we go. Okay, put that right there. I think I'll ink around this paper too. I'm looking for a distress oxide that's a little more purple. This guy has a like more fuchsia or magenta and has just more pink in it. So if you guys know of a good one that's just very purple, let me know. And then I'm going to add the charm in now. So let's see, gotta grab my cutting mat again. And I'm gonna add the eyelet right here. This is a great thing about the puzzle pieces. They have a place for your eyelet already. Perfect. All right, got our eyelet in, and now we can continue with our decorating. I'm gonna put the sticker on. I got this one, I believe, out of my grabby box. I think it was it 2 months ago or last month? I can't remember. But they are so pretty. Actually, I want to start from here. Love that, so pretty. Okay, then I want to put this under here. And that there, maybe over here. Or maybe on this, nope, right here. Okay, so I'm gonna need my Fabri-Tac for this. that a bit shorter. And we will stick on our little flower. Oh, don't you love how Fabri-Tac just oozes all over the place? All right. Okay, there's our flower, and then we need to put on our little charm. I already lost my small jump ring. There it is. Okay, I've got a teeny tiny jump ring for the little butterfly, and then I'm going to put it on a bigger one. Okay, here's my big jump ring. And which way do I need this to go? This way, I think. All right. Did I put that on backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. All right, how cute is that? I love it. So let's see. Adorable. So that is number 4, the page, like the side page clusters with the little charm. Number 5 is pretty similar, except we're gonna do a cluster, like a page cluster, but no charm. It's not gonna dangle off the page like that. It's just gonna be for an embellishment on a page. And actually, before we get to that one, let's do another one that we're gonna put on the, I have this one as well, that you don't have to use a charm, but it still can be, you can use this to help with the embellishment on the page for that little side page. You know what I'm talking about. For the cluster on the side of the page. Okay, so my thought for this one was, I have this as a base. I'm gonna put this here. I don't think I'll ink this one. And then I'm going to use this clock on top of here. And I'm going to add a butterfly here. So I can use this little piece and add another butterfly. So that's gonna go there, and that's gonna go there. How cute is that? Okay, so let's get to it. So this is if you don't like these protrusions on the puzzle piece, you can hide them still, but they can still be useful to you here. So this just holds my butterfly out here for me. And then we'll put our clock. And then we're gonna put our second butterfly. Thinking maybe to hide that yellow spot. Yeah, I think I wanna hide that yellow spot there. So there is another page cluster that you can use on the side of a page. So say this one here, like this. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the other cluster that's just an embellishment on the page. It's not meant for the side of the page. These are the ones I did before. So I did one for my beach journal where I used a tiny puzzle piece there behind this little flower, this fabric flower. I think that looks really cute. And this one I used an embossed piece behind it, so you can't even tell that it's got that puzzle shape. It's just a embossed piece that looks really cute behind this flower. So that's what I did for my lavender and violet. I'm going to do another one again because I have those type of pieces, and I think I already have an embossed one, so let's just go with that. But I like this piece. So I think I'm going to run it through. I think I picked it out because I like that one. All right, now we got my piece embossed. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna tear this, start a cluster. I'm just gonna ink that quickly. Okay. I think I'm gonna use another one of these stickers here. That is really pretty. And I'm going to use this puzzle piece this way. And I don't like these sharp corners, so I'm just gonna round them here with my scissors. If you don't like sharp corners, do something about it. Just chop them off. Okay, now I got my rounded corners. I like that much better. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. And then I'm going to use this. I think I'm gonna add a bow. I'm really terrible at tying bows too. I don't know why I picked this. They need to have like a master class on tying bows or something. Somebody do that. Okay. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay. That is my terrible bow. I keep fiddling with it. That's not gonna get any better. Okay. Let's glue it on. Just glue it on, Amber. Be done with it. Oh, well, I have to glue the rest of the stuff on first. Of course I do. Totally forgot what I was doing because of the bow. All right. Let's get down to business. And then now we can glue our bow. Now we can glue our bow down. Let's see. Right there. Cute, cute, cute. I feel like I think I need to tear some of this off here. That's what it feels like. Yeah, that feels better. Let's put our clusters to the side. Oh, let me show you this one first. There's our little cluster. Okay, what's the next project? The next project number 6, project 6, is using the puzzle pieces to add corners to a pocket or a page or whatever you would like to add a little pizzazz, a little fanciness to. So I've got a card here that I would probably use as a pocket. And so I'm going to use these pieces. And let me get my ink because I'm not gonna fully ink these, but I want some ink on them. So the way we're gonna do this is, let me decide which pieces I want first. I think this one, and maybe this one. Yeah. Okay, these are the ones I'm going to use. And I'm going to cut them so that there's 2 straight sides. that side, and then I'm going to cut this side. Okay, so now I have a corner here. Let's see, which way do I want this? I think I want it that way. Again, we're just going to cut these sides. The two sides that you need for your straight edges. And then we're just going to glue those on to the corners, and then we'll just ink up the edges. And then you got a fancy pocket if you don't get glue all over the place. You know, I just thought, oh, you know what? You know what you could do? Okay. But I cut this one really small, but if you just glued those straight edges, you would have a tiny little tuck spot there. How cute is that? So like, okay, let me see. Tiny little tuck spot. Okay. Now, see? I could just tuck that right in there. Look at that. I'd probably want to use a bigger puzzle piece for that, but I mean, you can have a tuck spot. I just thought of that. Inspiration. I love it when inspiration strikes. Okay. And then we're just going to ink up the edges. And then we'll have a fancy, fancy journal card. Cool, right? I love it. So now you have a fancy pocket, or you can do that to your pages and then have tuck spots there too. So that is number, did I say 6? All right, let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is to use the puzzle pieces as a pull tab for a journal card, or say if this was a like a flap or something, like if it was a flap here, and then you could just pull it to open it. So you can use these puzzle pieces as those little tabs. So this one, I just stapled it on and stuck some washi over it. So super easy. And I'll show you how I made this. So I'm going to take this kitty card. I'm going to ink that up a little bit. Okay, so what I just did is I just took this card and I folded it over to fit the size of my journal card. And I'm just going to glue that down on one side. And let's see, it's kind of like, let's see how much space it needs. So I probably need to cut off about 3/8 of an inch. And then I'll just glue that side. Okay, now I just need to decide which of these puzzle pieces I like better on here. So I'm thinking this is going to peek out from here, so let me look at here. What do I like better? I think this tab here. Nope, like this. This one, or this one? I think I like the dark one actually. So let's go with the dark one. And I'm going to put on this as well. And I think I will staple that on as well. Okay. And let me see if I want to put a little spot of something on the top to cover that staple. I don't know if I do. I don't want to cover up the part you pull. Well, maybe I do. Let's see. Like that. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, so we got there with a little pull tab. Stick our card in here. There we go. How cute is that? Like that, and then we just pull that right out. Cute, huh? Okay, now we're going to move on from puzzle pieces, and we're going to go to what do you do when you have a whole puzzle. So like I used to do tons of puzzles when I was a kid, and they always brought me peace. You know, I just would sit there and quietly do puzzles. It was just I've always been an introvert, so it was just my quiet time and my thinking time. I loved puzzles so much. I still do love puzzles, but once I do them once, I don't want to do them again. And so they just sit in the box. I don't want to glue it together and put it on my wall because I'd rather just, you know, buy a print and put it on the wall. So what do you do with them? So what I did with this puzzle that I got from the thrift store, and remember guys, these are all puzzles. These are like random puzzle pieces that I had laying about the house in the game closet. And this I just got at the thrift store, and most of these were Dollar Tree puzzles, so this is not an expensive project. Okay, so I did this puzzle, put it all together, and I used, you can use puzzle glue, but I used this Collage Page Instant Decoupage Matte Water Resistant Glue Sealer and Finish, acid free. It's from the makers of Aleene's. So this is what I used to glue the puzzle together. Waited till it was good and dry, and then I cut it down using my cutting mat, my acrylic ruler, and my rotary cutter. So let me show you what I have come up with. So the first thing is, and this will be number 8, is a journal topper. Okay, so I'm gonna put this gold mesh down, and I have this piece from the puzzle that I cut down. It's this piece right here. And I'm gonna use that as a journal topper here. Isn't that pretty? I just love how that looks. And you'll notice in here, I did something a little extra. I don't know if you can see it, but in between, before I glued it together, in between here, I have gold. I again used this. See, I told you I've been playing around with this a lot. This iridescent gold gesso, and I put it in my little precision tip bottle. There was still a little bit of art glitter glue in there, and then I filled a lot of it with the gesso, and then I just ran it over the cracks and wiped it off, and then let it dry, and then I glued the puzzle together. So there is this kind of gold seam through the puzzle pieces that I really like. So journal topper is number 8. And let's go ahead and glue that on because I like this one. But I'm going to show you another journal topper I have too. This is the mini version. I'm going to take I'm going to ink these edges. And this is the Ali Edwards metallic gold ink. It's really nice. I really like the way this comes out. So I just run my whole ink pad right over the edges. I don't know if you can see how pretty that is. It's hard to tell on camera, I think. Okay. Now you can see it's kind of got this gold inked edge here now. And I'm just going to lay this. Actually, I'm going to use the glue on the back. I'm gonna have to open up my second bottle of Fabri-Tac here soon. Make sure I have plenty on there, so I'll go through the mesh. Okay, I'm gonna lay my mesh over top of that. Not sure how I got it even. And then I'm gonna lay that on this. And I cut it down the perfect size for the center of this frame here. And this is just a little photo album I got from the Goodwill as well. Got that a while ago. So this is gonna be the mini version of the one I'm about to show you. Okay, so I got this also from the Goodwill. It's just like a bamboo placemat. Thought it'd be a really super cool journal cover. It's gonna be a large journal. I have to cover the inside and make the spine a little sturdier so it can be through this mesh here that I can sew the signatures in. But kind of layered this here with some mustard yellow lace I got off an old shirt. And here's our journal topper. How pretty is that? I'm really excited about this. This is going to be a really cool journal. Really fun. And you can, I think on this one you can see better that gold that I put through the cracks in between the puzzle pieces. So I'm not going to glue that on yet because I'm still kind of designing the cover. This is the centerpiece that I know I want to have, but I'm not sure what else I want to put on it, so I'm not going to glue this on yet. But this is going to be the main one, and this is going to be the mini one. All right, the next thing I have for you is lots of different tuck spots and pockets and journal cards in your journal. Okay, so these aren't too thick. You wouldn't want to use really thick pieces in your journal, obviously, because you want to reduce the bulk. You can actually get really super thin ones from the dollar store. I have one drying now that is really super thin. That's like this. Oh, you can see the difference in the thickness of this, but those would be even better. So, but these aren't too thick. So I just cut down pieces that I liked out of the puzzle So this is this little duck scene here. That would make a great little journal card. And then this was like actually a leftover piece that I had here at the bottom that I just cut at a slant for a pocket. And this one was left over as well. This side over here can end up being a tuck spot on the side of a page. So there's really nothing I really need to show you how to, you just, you know, you glue the puzzle and you cut it down. And all I did was I backed it with some paper. With the pocket, I just put, you know, you want to make sure these stay together through wear and tear. So with the pocket, I just put tea-dyed paper on the back. With the journal card, I put something a little prettier. And with the tuck spot, I just put the tea-dyed paper. So here are some other ones that journal cards that I have. So I have a smaller one here. This one might be good for a pocket. It's got this little, it's the water scene with a duck. So that might be a good pocket one. Here's another journal card with some more ducks. And I love this little scene. This one doesn't have the gold in it. Well, it has a little bit down here, but I ran out and I didn't want to fill it again. So not all of it isn't, like this one doesn't have the gold either. Most of them do though. But I really love this little scene, this little fall scene with the boat and the geese and the tree and the little house back here. I thought that was really cute. Would make a great journal card. These I haven't backed yet. So really, just to do one with you, we're just gonna glue the back of this. Here's a one with ducks flying in the distance. And so I'm just going to, I think I used a glue stick for these. I can't find my glue stick. Oh, here it is. So I just used a glue stick. And we're going to stick that right on the paper. And I'm going to use my bone folder to really just smoosh it down. I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I cut it and ink it. So we'll move on to the next project. So number 10 is a bookmark. Okay. So I cut this to more like a bookmark size with these pretty trees and the beautiful sunset back here, sunset colors. So we're just going to turn this into a bookmark. Instead of putting paper on the back, we are going to put fabric on the back. Okay. And I'm going to show you a technique I used on a different project that you'll see in just a bit, so you'll know how I did it. So I just want to get a lot of glue on here. Okay, I'm going to spread this around with my spatula here. So I get a nice even layer. Okay, I think that's the back side. Okay. Actually, I think I want to lay the fabric on top of this. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I have plenty of room around the edges for what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna smooth this down, and then see if I can shift that over a little bit. I want a little more room here. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to make these edges a little more interesting. So I'm gonna tear some fabric strips here. And then I'm gonna put a line of Fabri-Tac along the edge of my puzzle. And I'm going to place this strip right along here. So just a little bit of it peeks over this side. I'll just use my bone folder to just tap it into place. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. I'll use the rest of this piece to do the bottom. Okay, and then what we would do is cut this off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a snip here. I'm going to cut off the excess by just tearing it. Okay, I'm going to hold this down and just tear that off. Okay, this side's already good. This side I need to tear off. And I just cut off a bit of this, any of this like shag that I don't like. If it's too long, I just cut a bit off of there. I still want it to be, you know, frayed and fabulous, but I don't want it to be too much. Now we have this fabulous shaggy bookmark. How cool is that? Very beautiful. Let's move on to number 11, and probably my second favorite. We are making tags. Everybody loves a tag, right? They're so cute, and they're puzzles. I love it. Okay, so what I did was I just took a piece that measures 3 by 6.5. So I cut my puzzle pieces to 3 by 6.5, and then I just used a scrap of a tag I had left over to cut the tag shape. So I'm going to line it up here. Oh, I should have backed it first. That's what I did before. I backed it first. And then I'm going to cut this one. So I would back yours first, just so make sure your puzzle pieces don't fall apart from you cutting. Okay, so now I've got my tag shape, and I'm going to back it with my gold paper here. All right, now we've got a journal card, and we could probably put some flat embellishments on there, like a little word or a little bit of thin lace or something like that. That would make it really cute, and so we have our writing space there. Okay, let's go back to our tag. Not quite dry, but we will keep going with it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the eyelet and the top. So I made this 3 inches. So make my hole here. So I'm going to make this hole right at 1.5 inches. Here. And then we will add our eyelet. Okay. Now we've got our eyelet in. I'm going to ink around it. My gold ink again. And then we'll add a little topper. Let's see. Which one do I want to add this time? I think I'll just add this to this one. So I got a little bit of mesh here. I'm gonna thread through this hole. And how cute is that? Perfectly perfect. So beautiful. Look at these beautiful tags made from puzzles. Don't you just love it? Okay, that's number 11. You ready for number 12? This is my favorite one. Okay. So I cut larger pieces of my puzzle. And I thought, well, what if they could just be pages in a journal? Right? So I took these were both 8 by 5, and then I made a gap between them. It's probably about a 1/4 inch gap between them, and then I clipped it down onto my small cutting mat, and then I glued down fabric over the back of it. Okay, and then I did the same thing that you saw me do with the bookmark, where I added the strips to the side and in between. So now you can actually add this to a journal as a journal page, or you could actually use it as a very slim journal cover. You could actually make it a bigger journal cover if you made that gap bigger, but that could also be a journal cover. But I like the idea of it being a journal page. I mean, that could be a center page, or it could be just page like this with some in the front and the back. But I just really, really, really love this. This is going to be another journal. Probably a fall themed journal. And I think this one is going to be more true junk journal and not really have any digitals in it. So I think that's going to be my plan for this one. But this was my favorite project of what I came up with this time. I think, oh, this is almost dry. Well, I just ruined it. But like if we had this piece here, our little gold piece, let me smooth that down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, look how cute that is. Put it up in the corner or something, or you could do those you could make the corners that we did on the pockets with the gold pieces. That would be really cute. So let's go over our projects. Okay, so number one was dipping the puzzle pieces in the gold gesso, or you could do white gesso and paint over them, or whatever you want to do, just to alter the look of it. Number two was to emboss our puzzle pieces. So we did that. We had our polka dots or Swiss dot, whatever you want to call it. We had a couple other designs. We had the stripes. And then number three was to make our cute little dangle. I love this one. Oh, it's so cute. Our little puzzle piece dangles there. Okay, so number four was to make our edge of the page clusters with a little charm, one with a little charm and one with a little embellishment like a butterfly or something like that. And then number five was to make our page cluster, just a flat cluster to put as a pretty embellishment on a page. Number six was to make some fancy pockets with our puzzle corners with an optional tuck spot, and you can also do this on full pages. And then number seven was to make a pull tab for a journal card or a flap. Okay. Number 8 was our journal topper. Put that over here. Number 9 was our bookmark. Number 10 was our pockets, tuck spots, and journal cards. Number 11 was our tag. And number 12, and my favorite, was making puzzle pages in a journal or a journal cover, whichever you like. So I hope this gave you lots of ideas and lots of inspiration. Let me know which one was your favorite, and if you have any other ideas for puzzle pieces or whole pieces of your, like whole chunks of your puzzle. So thanks for tuning in today. I know it was a long video, but I had a lot of ideas, and I hope you really enjoyed it and had fun with me today. Have a great day, guys.